Nate Sudfeld is back in the NFL mix, but not with the Lions. After a devastating torn ACL wiped out his 2023 before it started, Sudfeld, once a Detroit QB, is now chasing a comeback with NFC rival San Francisco 49ers. Lions News fan report here. Detroit fans, strap in, because this ripple runs deeper than just a roster move. Ford Field knows the sting of Sudfeld's absence, a player praised for grit and preparation who quietly became an essential backup presence, until injury yanked him off the field. Now, as the 49ers sign him to back up Brock Purdy, the question blazing through Honolulu Blue Hearts is obvious. Should Detroit have fought harder to keep him? The Lions' decision to release Sudfeld at the final 2024 cutdown was a tough pill, especially given the quarterback carousel that followed. Sudfeld's 2022 preseason struggles looked troubling until that brutal ACL tear froze his momentum and locked him out of the entire next campaign. Dan Campbell didn't mince words back then. He called losing Sudfeld painful for the staff, a sentiment that cuts deep when you consider Mark Brunell's praise. Sudfeld was the quiet backbone for Jared Goff, the guy who watched tape, prepared relentlessly, and brought a steady hand on game day. That kind of teammate, as any Lions fan knows, is worth more than flashy stats. But here's the wrinkle. His backup battle in 2024 wasn't just against the clock, it was also against Hendon Hooker, who struggled badly in camp, giving more reps instead to veteran Kyle Allen, who now seems to be leading the race for the number 2 spot behind Goff. The Lions gambled, hopes pinned on fresh legs and new arms, but Sudfeld's absence remains a sore point among fans haunted by playoff promises and last year's surge that just didn't click in crunch time. Sudfeld's return to the 49ers isn't just another stop. It's a direct nod to the fallout of a Mac Jones injury. Shanahan noted that with Jones out, the 49ers needed depth and trusted Sudfeld's experience enough to bring him on. That means Sudfeld will vie against Jones's lowered shadow to back up Purdy, a high-wire act on a team with serious Super Bowl aspirations. Another kicker here, this signing tells us Sudfeld's toughness hasn't been forgotten outside Detroit. It's a vote of confidence in a QB who has navigated multiple franchises since being a 6th-round pick in 2016, including stints with the Eagles and 49ers before landing in Detroit a couple of years ago. And that's the catch. While Sudfeld battles to revive his career amidst stiff competition, Detroit's QB depth chart tells a parallel story of missed opportunity. Hooker's preseason woes and Allen's surprising rise raise red flags about the Lions' quarterback stability as they aim to break through an NFC North still dominated by the Packers and Vikings. Detroit fans know all too well that the ghosts of past collapses, 0-16 playoff heartbreaks, and the post-Sanders, Sherry Calvin Johnson eras loom large. Will the Lions regret losing Sudfeld's steady hand as they chase a division crown? This off-season roster shuffle shines a spotlight on Ben Johnson's offense. Sudfeld, the guy who struggled to crack the field but excelled as a mentor, embodied the kind of team-first mentality Johnson leans on. Sudfeld's absence weakens that dynamic, leaving Goff's supporting cast thinner just as the Lions try to lock down consistency and composure in the pocket. The irony is thick. A guy who could have been Detroit's reliable number 2 now might be helping a rival's Super Bowl push. And if you think this just stays a passing glance, remember that Shanahan's 49ers aren't the only NFC contender keeping tabs on backup QB fit and resilience. Every snap counts when your divisions. A war zone and roster depth can tilt the scale. Detroit's front office had a plan that didn't pan out. Fingers crossed, it's not the same story that haunts Lions fans every fall. There's a little Lions humor left for the tailgaters here. If Sudfeld's return to an NFC heavyweight doesn't make you want to shout, "Bring him back, Dan. Maybe this will." Seems like the only ACLs we're not breaking lately are Sudfeld's. And, oh yeah, the Lions' playoff hopes. The last-second limb loss that sidelined Sudfeld was more than a career hiccup. It stirred what-ifs in a city starved for QB depth and late-season magic. Now the sequel comes with a rival jersey. So, Detroit, when you hear Sudfeld stepping onto Levi's turf, ask yourself, did the Lions let their backup savior slip through their fingers? Can Hendon Hooker regain form before the season's tensest moments? Or will Kyle Allen claim that spot and leave us wondering, what if Sudfeld had stayed in Honolulu blue? The NFC North's fire is hotter than ever. Sudfeld's move isn't just a roster note, it's a challenge thrown down on Detroit's QB stability and playoff dreams. This Lions offseason saga has just sharpened its edges. Who's ready to roar louder in response? Lions Nation, strap in. This Sudfeld move isn't just a roster swap, it's a shot across Detroit's bow in the NFC. As Sudfeld, a third-string hero for the Lions, finds his way back to a Super Bowl contender, Detroit's front office has to be asking, did we let our backup anchor slip away? With Jared Goff holding the fort, but Hendon Hooker battling injury rust and Kyle Allen impressing, the backup quarterback question is stoking a fire that could ignite our entire season, or burn it to ash. The 49ers, already stacked with talent, and backed by Shanahan's offensive brilliance, see Sudfeld as a crucial insurance policy now that Mac Jones got sidelined. This isn't just about depth, it's about seizing playoff momentum early. For Detroit, losing Sudfeld thins the locker room's veteran edge. His quiet leadership, tape preparedness, and mentorship to Goff were vital, especially during last year's late-game struggles where grit mattered most. That's a void the Lions might desperately regret. And don't forget, in a division where the Packers and Vikings are not backing down, every single rep is a battleground. Missed chances to develop stability could haunt us in crunch time, and Sudfeld's absence might be a red flag signaling that our quarterback pipeline isn't as solid as we thought. The seismic question, does this signing mean Shanahan's got a finger on the NFC's pulse? Or is Sudfeld just another piece in a chess game where Detroit's playoff ambitions are the prize? Meanwhile, in Detroit's headquarters, whispers swirl. Did we overestimate our depth? Was releasing Sudfeld the right call when recent camp reports highlight Hendon Hooker's struggles and Kyle Allen's surprising command? Every flip of the roster has ripple effects. Goff's security, the coaching staff's faith, and the locker room's unity. Time and again, Detroit's past ghosts whisper warnings, missed chances, not enough grit, not enough stability when it counts most. When Sudfeld steps into Levi's Stadium in that navy blue NFC rival jersey, it's a gut punch. Another reminder that talent, grit, and experience aren't always enough in the NFL's Shark Tank, especially when playoff spots are earned by inches, not miles. That's the decision that could swing the season, and if the Lions don't recalibrate, they risk this slip-up becoming a defining moment for years to come. Honestly, as a Lions fan who's seen all the heartbreaks, Barry's departure, the 0-16 nightmare, Calvin's early retirement, this move stings in the gut. We gambled on youth and hope, and now we're gambling with our playoff fate. The clock is ticking. The roster shuffle isn't done. Sudfeld's absence isn't just another name in a roster spreadsheet. It's a symbolic choke point in Detroit's quest to break through NFC North giants and finally get over the hump. The question is, did we miss our shot? Or is this move now a rallying cry to prove Detroit can survive without its veteran backup before it's too late? Are we about to see a season-defining gambit play out right under our nose, with playoff dreams hanging by a thread? This isn't just roster economics, it's a battle for credibility in the NFC. As a Lions fanatic watching from the tailgate, I'll tell you straight, we're flirting with history repeating itself. Another lost opportunity, another heartbreak, unless the front office finds a way to make up for what we've just given away. Sudfeld's return to the NFC heavyweight stage isn't just a story, it's a warning. Detroit's quarterback depth, that fine line between disaster and destiny, feels thinner than ever. And if we're not careful, Hendon Hooker's recovery or Kyle Allen's rise might be the last hope we get, unless we're ready to make some bold moves soon. It's crunch time in the NFC, and this offseason gamble has just added a new level of urgency. Just imagine, with the season on the edge, a backup quarterback with Sudfeld's experience might have been the difference. So why is he now suiting up for San Francisco, not Detroit? The roster decisions we made, the words we exchanged, those are the stakes that could keep us out of the playoffs or propel us to the promised land. Lions fans, do you feel that quiet storm growing? Because if we go into the season without a reliable backup, the ghosts of past failures will haunt our tailgate chants all winter. This is about more than just a player. It's about marginal gains made or lost, about who's got the resilience when everything's on the line. Because, at the end of the day, football is about grit, trust, and a little bit of luck, and right now, we're betting against ourselves. So buckle up, this saga isn't over. Sudfeld missed Detroit's roster cut, but he's far from done with the NFL. Now, with the 49ers, he's fighting for a chance that could redefine his career, while we sit here wondering if we let ours slip away. And that's the cruel irony we're staring down in Ford Field and beyond. Sometimes, the backup you don't keep is the one who might just beat you in January playoffs, and that's a story the NFC is itching to write. But if the Lions don't respond to this wake-up call, this season could become a cautionary tale of missed opportunities and what-ifs. So, what's the move, Detroit? Are we ready to roar back, or is this the moment our window closes for good? Because the stakes couldn't be higher, and the clock is already running.